KMTV 3 News Now this morning.
The coronavirus numbers keep climbing, but some say the effort to stop it may be causing more harm than the disease. A look at what elected officials want to reopen now and what area governors say about the idea. An Omaha hospital says the fabric is there, now your help is needed. Why sewing skills could play a key role in keeping medical teams and patients safe. And we now have a look at how the Omaha Storm Chasers plan to give back to area fans even with their season in limbo. Good morning, I'm Courtney Johns. Today is Tuesday, April 14th. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll have a look at those stories in just a moment, but first we're going to begin with a check of our forecast with Weather Alert Team Meteorologist Mark Stitz. And Mark, I know it is chilly out there, but at least we're starting off with some sun this morning.
Yeah, and that's going to help to warm things up pretty quickly through the morning hours, Courtney, but the overall trend is warmer and warmer almost every day of the week. So good things ahead, just not as much today.
Yeah, we just have to have some patience.
Exactly. Thank you, Courtney.
It's hard, though. It is hard.
I agree, but we will get there. And just remember, yesterday's high of, 42 in Omaha, that's about 20 degrees below average. So if you're thinking, this seems chilly, well, you're right, unfortunately. 26 degrees right now at Eppley Airfield, so chilly this morning as well. The wind's not too strong. They lightened up since yesterday afternoon, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. But again, enough of a breeze to make it feel more like 18 degrees. Millard, you guys are at 27, a little cooler in Council Bluffs at 25, and Bellevue, the cool spot right now, 21 degrees. But again, some of the cities outside the metro have actually dipped into the teens, especially in eastern Nebraska. But again, not much happening on satellite and radar this morning. We've seen a few clouds south of I-80, but most of us will be starting the day with a lot of sunshine. And again, that will help to warm things up pretty quickly into the second half of the day. But more clouds do push in for the afternoon today, maybe even a couple sprinkles out there as well. So again, with the temperatures being well below average again this afternoon in the mid-40s, Emoji Man is bundled up because he's not a big fan of the cold. Wednesday, though, he's starting to smile because we do start to warm up a little bit more, closer to 50 tomorrow with more sunshine. But Thursday, Emoji Man's getting his umbrella out, some wet snow, and a little bit of rain possible for Thursday throughout the day. Most of that will stay along and south of I-80, but we'll have more details on that coming up in just a little bit. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. The latest in the fight to slow the coronavirus now as it's getting deadlier in the metro area. Health officials confirmed 2 more metro area deaths yesterday. Pottawatomie County Health says a woman between 61 and 80 years old died Sunday. She tested positive on March 30th and went into the ICU last Tuesday. She's the county's first coronavirus-related death. Washington County, Nebraska had its first COVID-19 death. The victim was a man in his 90s. Both patients had underlying medical conditions. His death is also the 18th virus-related death in Nebraska. Yesterday, state officials confirmed 57 new cases of the virus, raising the total number to 871. The areas around Omaha, Grand Island, and Hastings are the hardest hit. And the number of confirmed cases has now nearly doubled in Iowa. Health officials there reported 2 deaths yesterday, bringing the state total to at least 43. There are also reported 123 new cases. More than 1,700 people have tested positive for the virus in the state. Doctors say 741 of those have recovered. Iowa's governor says the state is working to do more to protect staff and residents at long-term care facilities. They make up more than half of the state deaths and about 10% of its confirmed cases. Reynolds says the state needs to focus on both what's happening now and what's next.
You know, we're going to do a dual path. At the same time, we're really monitoring and working on mitigation efforts that we put in place throughout the state by Iowans doing the right thing and being responsible and staying home. We're also going to start to look at what it looks like to begin to open back up, because when we start to hit those metrics, we want to be able to go, but we want to be able to do it in a responsible manner.
Reynolds added the White House is working to help Iowa get needed equipment to protect medical teams. In several press conferences, Nebraska's governor said the state is trying to come up with a plan to get back to business once it's safe enough. Now, a couple of state senators say the time should be now. 3 News Now reporter John Kipper looks at the governor's response and what's driving the debate.
Monday morning, 2 state senators penned an op-ed in a newspaper saying the cure is worse than the disease and that they want restrictions loosened and the state to open back up. In response, Governor Ricketts said that while he would love to open up businesses statewide, he's very worried that the healthcare system would be overwhelmed. The opinion piece from Steve Howren and Steve Erdman two conservative state senators from central and western Nebraska, wants to continue to isolate the vulnerable while allowing the rest of Nebraska's population to get the virus. They hope after 4 weeks, around 80% of the state would have what's called herd immunity.
Herd immunity is not a plan, right? That is something that happens over time, and it's just the question is how quickly does it happen? If it happens too quickly, you're going to overwhelm your healthcare system.
Governor Ricketts points to Grand Island, saying hospitalizations occurred a week or two after they saw a spike in positive tests.
So there's a lag effect there from that happening. So we saw the high test for positivity, and now we're starting to see the hospital getting more patients.
By the end of the month, the governor will be making decisions on opening back up the state's restaurants and bars. He says he will likely get some guidance from the Trump administration, something they had before the restrictions were put into place.
I do expect to get that kind of guidance just because they've given it in the past, not because they've told me specifically they're going to.
Now, I also asked whether people that test positive for coronavirus are later tested to make sure that they don't have the virus. Governor Ricketts said that they are presumed negative after a few weeks of self-isolating. Dr. Gary Antone, the chief medical officer in the state, says that a few patients that are hospitalized are retested before they can return to a nursing facility to make sure that they don't infect that facility. Reporting in Lincoln, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
And health officials say local hospitals are ready if they get a surge of coronavirus patients. The Douglas County Health Department says as of Sunday night, nearly 600 surge beds were available with 38 patients hospitalized with COVID-19. It also said 11 COVID-19 patients are on ventilators, as are about 100 other people. That leaves more than 280 ventilators available if needed. And if you have sewing skills, an Omaha hospital wants your help to make sure everyone has enough masks. Nebraska Medicine is looking for volunteers to help sew those masks. A spokesperson told our partners at the Omaha World Herald there's enough fabric at the hospital to create as many as 50,000 masks. If you want to help, email masks@nebraskamed.com. And in Iowa, prisoners at the Fort Dodge Correctional Facility are teaming up with area volunteers to create protective gowns. The prisoners are making 1,000 gowns a day, but officials say the need is greater. So they turned to the community and got a strong response.
I had to take my sewing machine out of the mothballs.
How are we doing today? Good. They come in packages of 6. Would you like 1 or 2?
I'll take the 2.
Volunteers already helped create 1,000 gowns. This morning, the staff at Iowa Central Community College hopes to hand out 1,000 more kits to volunteer sewers. And a reminder, today is Takeout Tuesday, and we want to invite you to dine out and take pictures of where you're ordering food from using hashtag Takeout Tuesday. And we are open Omaha, and don't forget to send them to us. We'll air your photos on our website and tomorrow morning on 3 News Now this morning. With the coronavirus wiping out normal graduations, several area schools are trying other ways to shine light on the class of 2020. Creighton Prep lit up its baseball field last night, and tomorrow night, the football fields of Bellevue West and Bellevue East will look much different than this. Both schools will turn the lights on at 8:20, which is 2020 military time. And on a day when we should be singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," the coronavirus outbreak has silenced the boys of summer. Today was supposed to be the opening day for the Omaha Storm Chasers. Instead, the 2020 season has been put on hold. However, the Storm Chasers are still hoping you'll head out to Werner Park this Saturday. They're hosting a drive-in fireworks show. You can get your spot at around 8 Saturday night with fireworks starting at 8:30. I'm ready for some fireworks. I think we need something fun for the evening, especially there's just nothing going on, obviously, and it's a safe way for you to enjoy it.
I think I would definitely get there earlier the better, because we've seen the few things that are open, like the safari down to the south of Omaha, just huge crowds because, again, there's nothing else to do. So I think this one will get a lot of families out there Saturday night to go enjoy those.
Yeah, they said come in at 8. You might need to get there a little earlier.
Yeah, well, it probably wouldn't hurt if you want to let a guaranteed parking spot.
Definitely. Coming up, making donations without leaving your car, where you can go to help local agencies fill food pantries.
And we are a little chilly out there this morning, and it stays cool this afternoon. But again, every single day gets a little bit warmer, with the exception of Thursday. Some rain and snow moves in. We'll time that out for you coming up.
You're watching KMTV 3 News Now with Courtney Johns, Maya Sines, and weather with meteorologist Mark Stitz. This is KMTV 3 News Now this morning. This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
We are a little chilly out there this morning, pretty similar to what we woke up to yesterday. 26 in Omaha, low 20s though, very common north of I-80, and still a couple teens down there in parts of eastern Nebraska. Southwest Iowa, you guys are mainly in the low 20s. Now the wind's pretty light this morning, around 5 to 10 miles per hour, even less in a few of our cities. So the wind not adding too much cold into the air, but enough to make it feel like 18 here in Omaha. Tacoma, you guys feel like 10, and Nebraska City coming with a wind chill right now of 13 degrees. Starting to see that daylight come out there, a live view of Creighton University in the background. And you can also see in the foreground those wind gusts over the next 24 hours. Again, they stay light through the morning commute, but as we go towards the late morning into the early afternoon, that wind will pick up again, just like it did yesterday, with some wind gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. But as we go into the evening hours and early tonight, those winds quickly die back down, and that wind gets very light overnight and heading into our Wednesday morning. And I think the wind will stay much lighter than for tomorrow. So we just have to get through today's wind, and tomorrow will be a little bit more comfortable and a little bit warmer as well. But lots of sunshine out there for us this morning. Areas south of I-80 seeing a few more clouds at times, and you guys may see a few more heading into the morning commute. But again, most of us, lots of sunshine throughout the entire morning. But that is going to change in the second half of the day. So let's go to Futurecast. You can see at lunchtime, still a lot of sunshine around, but a few more clouds starting to push in. And with that morning sunshine, I think we'll quickly get into those upper 30s, even some low 40s for your lunch hour. But as we go into the rest of the afternoon, those clouds really start to thicken up across the area. So mostly cloudy for the second half of the day. And Futurecast trying to paint a few sprinkles out there. I think it's getting a little too excited about those sprinkles, but there will be a few of them out there. But most of us keep it dry. And even with those afternoon clouds, it will be just a little bit warmer than yesterday. Yesterday, Omaha did 42. I think today we'll do closer to 45. Now, overnight tonight, then our skies will clear and the wind lightens back up. And all that allows for another chilly morning on Wednesday. So mid-20s again tomorrow morning. But tomorrow afternoon, that afternoon warm-up does continue little by little. Lots of sunshine throughout the entire day. Should get us pretty close to 50 for the afternoon. But again, there is going to be that one-day pause on the warm-up, and that's going to be on Thursday. You can see by Thursday morning, most of the region mostly cloudy at that point. And also notice some decent snow coming down across the Panhandle, down towards North Platte and the southern part of Nebraska. Now for us, that's going to move in probably by the middle part of Thursday morning. And some of this could be a little bit of rainfall, some of it's going to be snow, and then will continue at times into Thursday afternoon. But it looks like the farther north you live, still the best chance to keep things dry, but areas along and south of I-80 more than likely going to get hit by at least some of this. Again, some will be rain, some it will be snow, so just kind of wet and gloomy out there on Thursday. Don't worry, even though some of the snow could linger into Thursday night, I think we're looking at little to no accumulation at this point, so hopefully no impact from the system besides keeping us a little bit cooler on Thursday. But of course, still time for that to change. We'll keep you updated here the next couple of days. Right now, though, we're looking at highs near 45 for this afternoon. More clouds this afternoon, maybe even a few sprinkles, but most of us will be dry and a little bit breezy. Overnight tonight, though, the wind lightens up and our skies clear. 26 for a chilly Wednesday morning. But tomorrow afternoon, with lots of sunshine and lighter winds, we should be able to get much warmer, highs near 50. But Thursday, we do drop back into the mid-40s because of the rain, the snow, and all those clouds we talked about. But Friday, we get back on track to that warm-up, looking at 53 to finish off the work week with a lot of sunshine. Over the weekend, still looking really good as well. Mostly sunny both Saturday and Sunday with highs back into the 60s. And it looks like there's potential for that warm-up to keep on going early next week. But of course, for the latest forecast on the go, check in with us anytime. Just download our free Storm Shield app for Apple and Android smartphones and tablets.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:19, 26 degrees outside on this Tuesday morning, and here's a live look from our Omaha World Herald camera. If you're looking to get out of the house for a bit, help those in need, but still keep your social distance, reporter Danielle Davis has just the thing for you. She joins us live now with the story.
Courtney, Sporting Omaha is looking to help out those in the community. They're opening their doors, their sidewalk, and their driveway. They're holding a Drive and Donate event. They're looking for food donations as well as soccer equipment.
Drive up, donate, and help those in need. Food is being collected for the Together Food Pantry. Although non-perishable food items are always accepted, breakfast food right now is badly needed.
They are a homelessness prevention agency. So they have contacts with all other social agencies across Omaha. So if a family is in a situation where they're getting behind on rent or utilities, or they're just simply experiencing food insecurity, then it's somewhere we can send families to.
And it's a dual collection. They're also collecting for Football for the World.
They'll accept any type of soccer equipment, whether it's old uniforms that people have outgrown, slightly used soccer balls, cleats.
The spring program planned for disadvantaged kids has been canceled, so they want to be able to give the kids items to keep them moving and motivated.
So if you have some food you can donate, especially breakfast food or some old soccer equipment, stop by Sporting Omaha. They're open today and accepting collections from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now they're located at 147th Street in Giles. This is Danielle Davis, 3 News Now This Morning. Courtney?
All right, thanks, Danny. Coming up later on 3 News Now This Morning, making sure everyone counts, what you can do to help the census process work even in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak. And as we head to break, we know the coronavirus pandemic means high school seniors will not get that traditional graduation ceremony. So 3 News Now wants to honor the class of 2020. You can help by sending your pictures of your senior with their name and high school to the Salute to Seniors link on 3newsnow.com, and we will feature them in an online photo gallery and on air. And let's take a look at today's seniors. Congratulations to all of them.
This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
We are chilly out there this morning, 26 in Omaha, but some parts of eastern Nebraska down into the low 20s. Lincoln, you guys are back to 20, but had fallen down into the teens. And you can see across Nebraska, the teens are pretty common out there, especially as you get out towards the Panhandle. Things are even colder, shattering in the single digits. But Iowa, a little bit more mild, for the most part in the mid-20s to kick things off on our Tuesday. Now, the good news is for us, we're going to start the day with a lot of sunshine out there. That will continue through the morning hours, but you can see a little bit more cloud cover, even a few snowflakes over there towards North Platte and McCook. But most of that will dig farther south. Might throw a few clouds towards Beatrice, but again, lots of sunshine for the rest of us out there this morning, and that will start to push temperatures a little bit higher. Now, it's lots of sad news out there in the world right now, so what can cheer us up? Adorable dogs. This is Chewy. We're taking a break from our Nebraska Humane Society dogs today to show you this one. This is Chewy. She is actually I don't know. Oh boy, that could be bad. This is our human resources specialist dog. I should probably know if it's a boy or a girl. But Chewy's helping things out at home where Amanda is working from home. So we appreciate that, Chewy. Hopefully Chewy does not have the power or authority to fire me like his or her mother does, but we'll keep a close eye on that. But isn't that adorable? Just hanging out with a little headset on. Anyway, for the dog walks today, temperatures will be in the upper 30s for your lunch break. When you get home from work or the grocery store this afternoon, that's when it'll be warmest, around 45 to finish off the day. So a touch warmer than yesterday, but a little bit breezy and a lot more clouds in the afternoon, even a few sprinkles for us to dodge this afternoon too. By 9 o'clock, most of us should be dry, just like this afternoon, as we cool back off into the upper 30s.
This is KMTV 3 News Now This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Courtney Johns. Today is Monday, April 13th. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll have a look at your morning's top stories in just a moment, but first we're going to begin with a check of our forecast with Weather Alert Team Meteorologist Mark Stitz. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Courtney. It's okay, your brain's just freezing up. It's cold out there this morning.
It is cold out there, my goodness.
It's not your fault, this is Mother Nature's fault.
Yeah, let's blame it on Mother Nature. Let's do that
I like
today.
it.
Yeah.
26 there right now, Courtney. It's not too pleasant out there, but again, we've been talking about this last couple of days. We are going to warm things up little by little through the entire work week. So it's going to be really nice by the time we get to the weekend. The problem is it's only Tuesday, so still a little bit on the cool side out there today. Winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour right now. Enough of a breeze to make it feel a little bit more like 18 degrees. Elkhorn, you're at 22, Carter Lake at 25. And look at this, La Vista also at 25, but cooler in Plattsmouth and Springfield, even down to 21 degrees. So bundle up out there, especially if you're heading outside this morning. All right, the good news is, though, lots of sunshine out there to start the day. Yes, south of I-80, we've seen a few more clouds out there, and we'll continue to see a few clouds at times through the rest of the morning. But overall, we're looking at mostly sunny conditions in the first half of the day, and that will help to push temperatures a little bit higher pretty quickly as we go into your lunch hour. And again, this afternoon, a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still will be on the cool side and well below average for this time of year. This morning, though, for the morning commute, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 20s, but dry roads, so a nice green light for the morning commute, and keeping it green for this afternoon. Will be mostly cloudy, temperatures near 45, near the highs of the day at that point, but it will be a little bit breezy, so make sure you're being a little bit extra careful around some of those taller vehicles like semi-trucks out on the interstates and other roads. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. Now to our coverage on the coronavirus in Nebraska. 18 people have died from coronavirus in the state. The most recent death is a man in his 90s. He's Washington County's first COVID-19 death. Right now, there are 871 confirmed cases. 247 of those cases are in Douglas County. And at a news conference yesterday, Governor Pete Ricketts addressed the state's food security. The head of the food bank of Lincoln, Scott Young, said the nonprofit Feeding America has anticipated a nearly 50% increase in food insecurity over the next 6 months. The biggest issue right now is that the need is going up and the supply is going down.
The grocery stores where we pick up so much product, they're moving everything they have and then some. The food pipelines are starting to get a little bit awkward and kind of are choking up a little bit in terms of demand across the country.
Young urged people to donate. Governor Ricketts said there was a decrease in volunteers due to older people staying at home. Those who are healthy and able to help are urged to visit foodbankheartland.org. And in Iowa, there are 1,710 confirmed cases of coronavirus and 43 deaths. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds talked about the new cases and the state's response yesterday. She says despite early measures to protect the vulnerable populations, such as restricting visitors at care facilities, the virus has still hit some of those facilities hard.
Staff and residents of long-term care facilities account for more than 10% of all of our positive COVID cases in Iowa, and 53% of all deaths are residents of long-term care facilities.
The governor said this is also why they continue to urge all Iowans to stay home and practice social distancing. Reynolds says she wants the state to get back open for business, but stressed how important it is not to open too soon. And according to the Food Bank of Iowa, rural areas are being hit the hardest. A lack of grocery stores has made food insecurity a reality. The organization has enlisted the help of churches and other faith-based organizations across the state. They want to extend the reach of its emergency food assembly. 625 agencies are working to process increasing distribution.
As businesses and industry started to shut down across the state, and unemployment claims started to be filed, people realized that this was going to be weeks, if not months. And the orders from our agencies started to come in double, triple, 5 times what they normally ordered.
The president of CEP Food Bank of Iowa wants to remind Iowans to reach out for help through the food bank if they find themselves in need. The Smithfield pork plant in Sioux Falls, South Dakota is now closed due to a COVID-19 outbreak, and that could have a huge impact nationwide. The plant is one of the largest in the country and accounts for nearly 5% of the nation's pork production. The closure of this plant puts the entire country's meat supply in limbo. Now, local farmers that worked with the plant and sent pigs there will have to find new plants or companies to work with. Food experts warn if more major plants close, farmers across the country could take a financial hit and a meat shortage could be in our future.
So for us as farmers, as well as for the consumer, we worry when these plants go down because we do not on top of everything else going on, need a food shortage.
Omaha's Smithfield plant is not affected at this time, and the company has announced new measures to protect staff and prevent spread within these plants. The coronavirus has pushed back the work for U.S. Census workers, but officials say it's not just this delay that could affect the data that they collect, and it could have a big impact on one population. It takes less than 10 minutes, but in that time, the information collected has a huge price tag. Billions of dollars in federal funds are allocated to critical public services like hospitals and schools based off the information the U.S. Census collects.
WCR.
Officials say Nebraska's response rate is down compared to this time in 2010, but Stephen Buckner with the U.S. Census Bureau says that's not a fair comparison.
The 2020 census design is so much different. We did a phased mailing between March 12th and the 18th, whereas in 2010 it went out all at once. So those rates are just hard to compare.
While the Bureau could prepare for changes due to the design, the coronavirus changed things up even more. On top of pushing back the date for census workers to start canvassing, it also moved a lot of students.
And what's that done is really taken the student populations out of the areas they normally would live and be counted in, and they may be elsewhere now.
Student housing takes care of the census info for on-campus students, meaning if you lived in a dorm, you don't have to do anything, and your parents should not include you on their census information. If you lived off campus, it's a different story.
We've already sent you an invitation, but you're probably not getting your mail. But we do need to, regardless of where you're living today, we need you to go online to 2020census.gov and fill it out as of the address you were living at when you were attending classes.
This will take a little extra work on the students' end. But officials say the census is an investment in the future. And those 10 minutes could have a huge impact on your community.
All done. We're all done. Good job.
While Nebraska's numbers are down compared to this time in 2020, it's well above the national average, with more than half of all Nebraskans responding. When the city of Omaha closed parks last week, Omaha police started doing compliance checks, and over the weekend, they had to write up a few people. This weekend, officers issued 20 trespassing citations at different parks. In addition to those violations, police cited bartender Sean English because 5 people were drinking at Rain Lounge. And Omaha's Heartland Pride Festival and Parade is officially canceled due to COVID-19. The Heartland Pride team initially postponed the event, but now with continued mitigation for the next few weeks, the group is canceling the gathering for 2020. In a news release, Heartland Pride wrote, quote, "Please stay safe out there, and we look forward to seeing you at the 2021 Heartland Parade and Festival next year." And an Omaha funeral director is headed to New York City to help others make arrangements to bury and cremate those who have died during the pandemic. Corey Starr is the funeral director at Neptune Cremation Services of Omaha. He's on his way to Queens to help funeral directors overwhelmed with the number of recent deaths. More than 10,000 people have died from coronavirus in New York State. Starr will file paperwork, log belongings, and other administrative duties.
I can't imagine it's going to be a walk in the park by any means. There'll be a lot of families, from what I understand, that are needing guidance and needing help. And I'm just going to try to make sure the funeral directors there are free to give it as much as they can.
Starr says he'll leave New York and come back to Omaha on April 24th, and then he'll self-quarantine for 14 days. Papillion La Vista School District got a call for help a couple weeks ago. CHI Foundation asked if they had safety goggles and if they could donate. Well, the district quickly collected all of these supplies from its school stockpiles. That includes safety goggles, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant wipes. Carts full of supplies were dropped off at CHI Midlands Monday afternoon.
We know that our medical providers are on the very front line. We know they're risking their own personal health and well-being to protect all of us. So we thought that this was the very least we could do to help lend a hand.
If you'd like to help, CHI asks you call the foundation to arrange a donation drop-off. Really good idea to reach out to the schools right now. It didn't even really occur to me that they might have those supplies, and what a great idea.
Yeah, especially probably more than likely not needing them right now either. I know about a month ago, my high school in Ohio was donating this huge load. I was like, I never even thought that my school system had that much stuff in the supply closets that was needed. So
you never know what you could have. Yeah. Still to come on 3 News Now this morning, it's Takeout Tuesday. We head to Oprah African Grill and we're open Omaha. Stay with us.
It is a little chilly out there this morning, but that sunshine coming out very quickly, going to start to warm things back up. We'll let you know how good it's going to get today and how much better it's going to be by the weekend in just a little bit.
Welcome back. It's now 6:42. Even though we can't come together in person, we can still come together as a community. KMTV has started a campaign called We're Open Omaha. It's a partnership between us and local businesses with one goal, getting them through this tough time. Every day, we're shining a light on a business or a restaurant that continues to serve our community and our neighborhoods. This morning, 3 News Now anchor Maya Signs checks out Okra African Grill.
If you're looking to try some new dishes or even a new spot, Okra African Grill is open and would be a great place for you to celebrate Takeout Tuesday.
You can get a bowl, which is a rice. It comes with veggies.
Nina Saji is dream-oriented. Originally from Togo, Africa, she has been in Omaha for 26 years. She was a nurse for several years and then opened up her own grocery store. Now she's opened up her own restaurant after attending culinary school.
I'm a little bit of a faith-based person, so I kind of believe that is my duty, that God called me to do this, to be able to put it out there, because I have the background from Africa and then I have the culinary background from here.
Located near 72nd and Pacific, Okra African Grill is African food. It has a build-your-own assembly type of menu.
I just don't want people to be scared of when you say African food, because when you hear African food, they kind of think, oh, what is it? It's really not anything that difficult, but I just base it off of what I know, tomato, onion, garlic, some of those ingredients. Anise might be one that a lot of people might not be aware of, is what the flavor in licorice is, but we use it in cooking, and those spices are Indian related, that came from India to us through our slavery trade.
She opened her dream restaurant on March 13th, just days before the city announced restaurant dine-in services were suspended.
Within 5 days of opening, we went from seating to putting the chair in the back and taking everything out and taking the bowls out and just putting to go plate.
So while for many restaurants business is down, hers never got a chance to ever pick up.
That's the hard part. That's the very challenging, because I didn't even have a chance to even show, like all the curious people that wanted to know what African food is. They didn't even get the chance to come out and try it.
In efforts to keep business going, she offers to-go and curbside service, as well as delivery via DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats, and keeping a clean facility, even marking the floor for social distancing requirements.
A friend of mine came and it's like, oh, Nina, they changed the rule. You have to mark the floor. And I'm like, yes, I'm on it. And I went ahead and marked the floor, but we barely get one person at a time anyway, so we don't even use it as much as we should.
Nina's there every day from 12 to 8, hoping you will make a visit.
I'm just hoping for anything right now. I just don't even know how the process. Every day I'm just kind of following through to see what's out there, but I want to stay open.
In Omaha, Maya Signs, 3 News Now.
Once again, Okra African Grill is open for curbside, to-go, and delivery. It's just south of 72nd and Pacific and is open every day. The hours are listed right there on your screen, and you can find more information on it and other open businesses on our webpage under the special section called We're Open Omaha.
This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
And some hot food sounds pretty good right now, as it is a chilly start to our Tuesday. 26 in Omaha, but we're one of the warmest places on the map. Low 20s and even teens, a little bit more common out there. Columbus, you're sitting right at 20. Red Oak, though, you have fallen down to 19. The wind is pretty light, about 5 to 10 miles per hour this morning, but enough of a breeze at times to make it feel like 18 here in Omaha. The wind chill over towards Carroll coming in at 10. and over towards Beatrice feeling like 17. So cool out there to start the day, but again, nice sunrise starting to come up over Creighton University. Now those winds are expected to pick up once again as we go towards the middle part of the day, just like they did yesterday. Probably not going to be quite as strong as yesterday, but still some decent wind gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour, centered kind of around that lunch hour. And then as we get into the late afternoon and the evening, those winds start to come back down. And then late tonight, those winds back to about 5 to 15 miles per hour, and they get even lighter as we go into your Wednesday morning. I think they'll stay much lighter Wednesday afternoon. So today going to be the last of the wind, at least for a little while. Satellite and radar showing lots of sunshine out there this morning. A few clouds south of I-80, and that will be the case as we go into the late morning as well. But most of us going to enjoy that sunshine, and that's going to warm things up very quickly, at least compared to our 20s that we're dealing with right now. So you can see by lunchtime, still mostly sunny and pushing into the upper 30s and low 40s across the region at that point. Now, as we go into the afternoon, though, we are expecting a lot more cloud cover to push into the area. There will still be some sunshine out there, but plenty of clouds as well. And a couple of those clouds could even give way to a couple of sprinkles, but I think most of us will keep it completely dry. Now, even with those clouds this afternoon, it will be just a touch warmer than yesterday. Yesterday we did 42 in Omaha. Today, I think we'll do closer to 45. So not a big difference, but every degree helps. Overnight tonight, then, the winds lighten up and our skies will clear back out, and we drop to the mid-20s for another chilly Wednesday morning. But tomorrow, again, a lot of sunshine. I think a lot more of that sunshine stays with us tomorrow afternoon, and that should be enough to get us to about 50 tomorrow afternoon. So again, the overall trend is warming things up every single day, but there is one exception to that pattern, and that is going to be on Thursday. You can see here, Thursday morning, taking a little wider view of Futurecast. There we are in Omaha. A lot more cloud cover moves in by the start of the day. And also Thursday morning, some decent snow across areas of the Nebraska Panhandle and down into south central part of the state. Now that will push into our area as we go into late Thursday morning, or at least by late Thursday morning. Futurecast pretty much keeping all of it as snow right now, but I think some of this will be mixing in with rainfall at times. So scattered rain and scattered snow throughout the day on Thursday, even into the afternoon, and maybe even into Thursday night. But the best chance of seeing this will be along and south of I-80. The farther north you live, the better chance you have of keeping it completely dry on Thursday. Don't worry, even if you see that snow for now, it looks like little to no accumulation is expected from the system. We'll keep an eye on it just in case. Things can always change, as you know, with snow. So again, not looking like a big deal right now, but we'll keep you updated over the next couple of days. And by Friday morning, we should be nice and dry and starting to warm things back up once again. So today, highs near 45, more clouds this afternoon, maybe even a couple sprinkles, but most of us keep it dry. Overnight, those skies clear back out and the wind lightens up, but a chilly 26 for your Wednesday morning. After that, though, again, the warmth continues around 50 tomorrow afternoon with all that sunshine. Thursday, we do bump back into the mid-40s due to the rain, the snow, and the clouds. But by Friday, the sunshine is back, and so is the warm-up, getting us into the low 50s. The weekend looks really nice, at least compared to the next few days. We're looking at a lot of sunshine both days with temperatures in the 60s in those mornings, finally a little bit more comfortable as well in the 30s and 40s by the weekend. It looks like that warm-up could even continue into early next week. But of course, for the latest forecast on the go and updates to that look at Thursday, you can check in with us anytime. Just download our free Storm Shield app for Apple and Android smartphones and tablets.
Coming on, we talk with New York Governor Andrew Cuomo about his plan to reopen the hardest-hit state. Plus, actress and singer Rita Wilson's first interview since she and husband Tom Hanks recovered from coronavirus. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
And before we go, here's a look at some of the stories we'll be following for you today. We have the 4-in-1 on 3newsnow.com and our social media sites. Health officials confirmed 2 more metro area coronavirus-related deaths yesterday. Potawatomi County Health says a woman between 61 and 80 died yesterday on Sunday. She's the county's first coronavirus-related death. Washington County, Nebraska had its first COVID-19 death. The victim was a man in his 90s. We have a complete coronavirus section on 3newsnow.com. A new roadside assistance program has a goal of making sure doctors, nurses, and first responders get to work safely. AAA, the Auto Club, says healthcare workers and first responders can get its services for free through the end of the month. Spokesperson Rose White calls it, quote, the least we can do to make sure they are taken care of if they have car trouble during this critical time. We have more on this story on 3newsnow.com. And the Huskers had to cancel their spring game due to COVID-19, but that doesn't mean you have to wait until fall to get your football fix. Nebraska will live stream a simulated version of the red-white game for fans to watch. According to Nebraska Athletics, the game will feature rosters full of Husker football legends. The game will be streamed April 18th on Facebook, Twitter, and the Husker Football Nation Twitch channel. And on a day we should be singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," the coronavirus outbreak has silenced the boys of summer. Today was supposed to be the opening day for the Omaha Storm Chasers. Instead, the 2020 season has been put on hold. However, the Storm Chasers are still hoping you'll head out to Warner Park this Saturday. They'll be hosting drive-in fireworks. Follow 3 News Now reporter Phil Bergman on Twitter for the latest on this story. And if you're looking for a reason to step outside and exercise, maybe stretch out your legs a little bit, today is National Look Up at the Sky Day. Most Americans are currently under a stay-at-home order, so health officials ask if you do go outside, protect yourself and keep a safe distance. That's about 6 feet apart. Of course, if you really want to stay inside and stay safe, you can still celebrate this official holiday. You can always look up at the sky through a window. And speaking of sky, Mark, you said that we're having a sunny day to look forward to.
Yeah, but this afternoon, more clouds, but always fun to figure out what the clouds look like, right, in the afternoon hours.
Yeah, what's your favorite cloud? I've always wanted to ask you that because we've got so many different cloud types.
I'm nerdy, but I'm not that nerdy to have a cloud type. Yeah.
Every meteorologist I know has a favorite cloud type.
It's they're clouds.
Okay. Well, now I know.
Yeah, but I guess we'll go cumulus because those are the ones that you can kind of make them look like a bunny or, whatever animal or thing you want it to look like.
Okay, just use your imagination.
Exactly. Reading Rainbow, wasn't that the show called? Where you use your imagination. Anyway, lots of sunshine though in the first half of the day, and then you can play with those clouds this afternoon. Plenty of them will be moving in. A little bit breezy also in the middle part of the day, but a touch warmer compared to yesterday. We're looking at upper 30s at lunchtime, and I think our temperatures will top out pretty close to 45 this afternoon. That's about 3 degrees better than we did yesterday, and by 8 o'clock those winds start to lighten up, and we will be falling into the low 40s. Also note, little 10% chances on there. That's just for a few sprinkles in the afternoon, but most of us not going to see those. Overnight tonight, though, our winds will lighten up and our skies clear. We fall to 26, so chilly again tomorrow morning. But tomorrow afternoon, the warm up for the afternoons continues to about 50 degrees. Lots of sunshine along the way as well. But Thursday, we do take a step back into the mid-40s because of mostly cloudy skies and some scattered pockets of rain and snow that will be moving through. But again, right now, looking at little to no accumulation from that snow where it does happen. Again, farther north you live, better chance that you don't see any of it at all. Friday, then, the sunshine returns, and so does the warm up into the 50s and 60s coming our way for the weekend. So just hold on the next couple of days. Things will improve later on heading into the weekend. Courtney?
Mark, be sure to download the 3 News Now app for up-to-the-minute traffic, weather, and breaking news. Have a great day.